All right, we're back. I think we're good. I don't know what happened. All right, we should be good now. You guys just missed us doing an icon and getting Team of the Year honoree. Now we're going to do all the... Are we lagging? Am I having problems lately? Is the stream lagging at all? Like, am I as like a person lagging? Dude, what is going on? I restarted my computer to see if it helped. The stream died when we had all the players. Oh, so you guys saw the icon? That's good. Who do you choose? Honoree. Alright, we've backed a few more Team of Seasons. We expect one tradable off stream. The Spanish goalkeeper. We did the guarantee packs. Ba, 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 ba. Messi's going to be a 97 rating. Unbelievable, dude. End of an era. All right, we're going right into the premiums once we're done with these tradable packs, boys. There you go. Dude, I need to get back on League SBCs, just spamming the ever-living crap out of them for liquid coins. Oh, don't want a quick sell. Pop them both up. All right, so Prime Electrum. There they are. Ah. She have value? 86s have value? Are we so back or what? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. '83s, '84s, I don't even bother listing them anymore. Lou, what's up, buddy? You ain't even listing it. Your McDonald's Wi-Fi crashed again? Hey, I'm on the best internet you can get. That thing crashed. Something with the OBS did. Don't ever disrespect my Wi-Fi. Unbelievable. Whoa. Almost all the golds were the rare ones. That might be a first. Should see if we can get all 6. Is Benzema worth anything? Probably not. How are things going? Pretty good, man. We've been grinding like crazy. Have not reaped the reward of anything wild in terms of pack pulls, but unlimited fodder, unlimited packs, you know the deal. Trying to see if we can get 1,000 of these premium opened up by the end of Friday. Yeah, even if it went for a little bit more, I could have probably listed a little higher. I'm just wanting to get the sales. So a couple 85s for 10K. Is it because they have the exact... My prince. Come home to the Prem, my sweet prince. Amdalaba is a Premier League player. That's wild to think. Yeah, is it SBC requiring exactly 85s? They just need to give us exchanges, man. That's all they have to do to fix fodder. Yeah, I can pick refresh today. Yeah, we just got that done. Ooh, walkout. You got a team of the year honoree. Those are done. Junior Henry for mine as well. That was last night before the refresh. Did you do the next one yet, or are you still gonna, or have you not done it yet? There's going to be a Libertadores team of season this Friday. Wait, as in there's going to be a single card that's like from the Libertadores, or they're having a full-blown team of the season for like libs and suds? Oh, single card? Ugh. Got me excited there for a second. All right, 11 jumbo golds, boys, and then I promise the spam starts. It's Uruguayan Cam, Leonardo Fernandez. Come to Sunderland, my king. Bum, bum, bum. Sell the rest of those later. Easy money. Yeah, I might start doing like 50 League SBC runs a day. Just to milk the jumbo golds. Because my goodness, chem styles are insane right now. Wobble, what's up, buddy? All right, produce manager. 32. Our house in the middle of our street. Need the warts? Here we go, bro. Kesser Zubi, Happy Shuck. Sunderland's starting to get some links. It's so weird going from like links for players that are like worth 500k to now. It's wild, man. Obviously, the Hendo link is there. He'd want to come back, but he has other options he can re-sign. There's a center back from League One. Looks like an absolute baller that we could get for under 20 mil. Wilfred Singo. Already got Lefay for under 25. I got a question. Do you know if we're getting Ultimate Team of Season? We should be. I don't see why we won't. It'd probably come after Team of Season is finished for all the leagues. We still have at least another week. Liverpool already talking. Liverpool is already taking place on Wirtz. He went from generational to being compared to Cherokee. Did you guys see United play today? Well, play is probably not the word to use. You see the result. Less than 2 minutes, one training session. Brother, can we do bronze pack method and get some of these guys, or Are most of them in like Malaysian League, Vietnamese League? Might low-key get him relegated. Trust the process, okay? Let this man build. I think it was the Malaysian League All-Stars team. I think there's players from different leagues. I think it was an Asians League. There's one dude played in the A-League. One dude was Vietnamese League. Quite a few were Malaysian. Assume we get all the ultimate players in the one. I want to know what the price of players in the ultimate are going to be. I guarantee you most players drop under 100k if they were like 250 to 500k. And it's just going to feel impossible to pack anyone. And everyone has no value. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for aesthetics, we're going to craft one more premium. And then we're just hitting these hard. That's what she said. All right. Here we go. Let's see how many of these we can open without failed tools. Y'all ready? You did get them in BPM Blue, the left back and the David 2-season highlight. Nice. Got to even put them in front for me. They're going to be -10 pace Warts and FC26. Now he's Liverpool. I can see that. Are we sure United's not a part of some humiliation ritual? We have a losing kink. Makes sense. United just aren't good in every way possible. Hey, if it can get Ahmad to Sunderland for a decent price, I'm all for the demise. Made an edit called A Dollar Might about the best team possible, aka 1-2-2-5 side. What's that? The day Bruno leaves, it's over. He's the only one who can make something happen in games. Every player from both teams are subbed down during the match. Like the way when Kunza rolled it to him and he scored from half line. Cooney isn't doing that. Swear come Wednesday they go out of packs. Yeah. Gonna see no blue. It's not good, but it's the best I can do for an edit in 10 minutes. Or is Acuna. You mean where? Where's Acuna, Xerxes, Ahmad front three realistically finishing? In debt. Wait a second. For those cards that come into packs, imagine Chelsea would have lost. We could add some of those into the Liga ones. Sunderland aren't even going to crack 10 points. I think out of the 3 promoted teams, I think one of them will stay up this year. I think one of them will break it. It depends on investing and like kind of squads people get. I think Sunderland, realistically, if they can just sit back and find moments to counter and just invest heavily defensively, it's not a good chance, but they have a chance. I think Leeds, realistically, or if Burnley keeps Trafford and they build a defense around him, they might have a shot. But yeah, realistically, yeah, you expect all 3 teams to go back down, which is fine if you invest accordingly and you don't let it financially ruin you like the last time Sunderland went down. I still can't believe we made it back to the Prem to begin with this year. That was the craziest thing. No, I actually think it's the opposite. I think if we keep Job, we go down. I think if we sell Job, we have a chance. You want to know my logic for that? Or does it speak for itself? So I got rid of all my 200k fodder. 25 Vertiger. What's the guarantee you're going to get a loan player is good? I mean, selling him instantly gets a player that is even better than him completely paid for in Enzo Lefebvre. By the end of his career, Joe will be better than Enzo, but at the moment, Enzo is better. And we got him by winning. We get a minimum of 25 mil and a decent sell-on clause. Cooking. Realistically, it should be 35 to 40, but probably the lower the price, the higher the sell-on. Sunderland don't need to sell to get Enzo. We have Enzo. What are you talking about? Winning the playoff final turned the obligation into a Sunderland player. It was a loan. It was a season long. It was a 6-month loan with an obligation to buy at the set price Roma had if we got promoted to the Prem. So the second we won the game, he became a Sunderland player. Now, they won't probably make the announcement until the window opens, would be my guess. But, yeah. Salis Abdul Samed's the one that didn't have an obligation. So we're probably not getting him. But he didn't play much to begin with, so I don't see that affecting too much. All right, high of 83. But no, realistically, as much as I'd love Job to stay, I think the best thing for him is to go play Champions League football where he's on the starting lineup. And he doesn't have to go through that process of, like, potentially trying to barely hold on in a newly promoted team. I think it'd be infinitely better for his development. And, dude, honestly, mental health, too. Because, like, how many people get to say they left on a high, right? What would be the better outcome? Him leaving now, getting a good amount of money for him playing Champions League football, or him staying, Sunderland struggling to stay up, culture's now completely toxic, now he's seen as jumping ship, versus being seen right now as literally carried them to the Premier League. He stayed an extra year more than he had to. Dean got a Madrid move. That doesn't even compare. He didn't need Champions League. That doesn't even compare slightly to a championship team getting put on the back of a player to get them back to the Prem. And what that player meant to the fan base. And the promises he made them. Completely different scenario. I don't think you can put them head to head for it to make sense for an argument for that. I miss exchanges too, man. All I ask is if he's going to leave, we get it done at the start of the window rather than at the end. Because that'd be the worst thing, is like not being left with time to adequately replace him. Yeah, who has 15 goals is being quoted for 100 mil. 30 mil doesn't get you much anymore. Buddy. Do we have to have this conversation? I feel like you're comparing a striker to a midfielder and to a defender. Their different positions offer different things. Sunderland right now can get a extremely good quality defender for 20 mil. That instantly would make their chances at staying up and not getting relegated infinitely better by selling Job. And then getting a few loan deals of some pretty good defenders and midfielders with that money too. That can allow them to stay up. Elizer Maenda, our striker, we bought him for, I think it was 800K. His price has risen to like, I think he's 18 mil right now. And he's only going to get higher and higher and higher. I guarantee you, if he does decently well in the Prem, like at the start, takes on some defenders, scores some goals, his valuation will go up to like 50 within the season. Just because he's a striker. That market's completely different. I don't think it's fair to say you don't get much in the market. You need to look specifically for what you're going for. Either way, Sunderland should definitely try their best to convince him to stay. I mean, that's what they're trying to do, right? They are giving him the option to leave, the gentleman's agreement, but they're also literally pushing for him to stay. But it has to make sense for the player and the club. If you can get more money for him, if you can push that up from 25-30 to 35-40, that means you can invest in a few more players or a few more loans. Probably worth it, right? But if you're just selling for the gentleman's agreement, it's like a 25. probably not worth it. But again, like we had the conversation we had the other day, at what point do you stand in a player's progression to try to hold them, make them upset, and make it less likely that players want to come in the future because they see it as, oh, Sunderland's going to hold me back now. Even though they said they were going to do this for me, they went back on their word. Because, like, think of this. I can tell you one right now. If Sunderland gets Hendo, what would you say with that? If Hendo says, you know what, I don't want to sign for another year at Ajax, it would be cool to go back to my boyhood club. I can give them a bunch of leadership. Whether I'm the player I used to be, which he isn't, still would be extremely vital to trying to keep the team up. Whether that's getting him on a loan or he'd be on a free, right? At that point? I don't know how that'd work. Do what's best for the club. After the player, I'll be real. No, I disagree. You want the players to play for the badge, play for the city, play for the team. If you treat it just as like a business, you don't get that same aspect of commitment. Like, look at where Sunderland was 8 years ago. How long it took them to get back. All the struggles they went through. All those extremely low moments where they had people playing for them that all felt they were too good to be there. Was horribly toxic. Now you look at it, everyone's dying for the badge. It's a beautiful thing to see. And if your club's run properly, the club will adequately look out for the player's best interests too. It'll go both ways. Realistically, that's the only way Sunderland kept hold of Job this season anyways, or why he didn't leave in the winter. What I've seen the most cook, dude, Romain Mundel's getting a new contract. They're negotiating right now. I cannot wait to see that, man. Prem's probably a little bit too much of a step up with how much he was injured last year. So if we do get adequate backup and replacements, load him out. I still think he could do good in the Prem, but we'll have to see. The player I'm most excited for is Maenda. Love Maenda. I want to see Maenda play against Prem defenders. Prem is so hard now, it's crazy. The Prem used to have like a weak, low table. Not relegation, but like lower table. Now it's like you look at the squads, like the Fulhams who used to dominate the championship that didn't go back down right away, solidifying themselves more as like a mid-table, making a push for Europe. You got so many of those teams in there for now. You got the Nottingham Forest likes, the Brentford likes, the Wolves likes. Wolves without Cooney now might have a chance to go down. We'll see. Crystal Palace likes, 11th or whatever they ended up finishing, but they won the FA Cup. Like, the league is extremely difficult. Like, it's almost unfair how difficult it is for coming up, but also, too, it's like a good problem to have, right? Because the second you go back down, the resources you have is now infinitely higher than any team in the championship or any other teams in the championship outside of the relegated. No, I heavily disagree. If most teams stuck with the team that got them up, it would get them sent right back down. If you took, which is a perfect example of this, if you strictly just bought most of the best players in the championship, like championship team of the season, and chucked them on your team, you would get relegated. That's how big of a leap it is. Now, if the player's young enough and they have a lot more time to progress, it can be a good investment and not the worst thing in the world. But that's how big of a disparity there is. Think of it like this. Think about how much, what's his name? Leeds winger who went to West Ham. Somerville. Somerville cooked the championship to a level I haven't seen in a long time. And he was, what, bang average at West Ham? I think he scored a goal or two all season. Could see Mundo playing for Leicester City or just re-signing. The interesting thing will be if Sunderland gets relegated, how many players will stay in the Prem then? Because, like, now I think, too, another thing people are starting to realize is if you're a championship player on a team that you have a chance to get promoted, you don't really kind of want to jump ship to a team that just got promoted if they're most likely going to come back down. Like, imagine being Jack Clark, jumping Sunderland ship to get Prem football, just to sit the bench for half the year anyways, on an Ipswich side that was doomed to get relegated anyways. Now you might have to get a loan out to some sort of European side outside of England to get a chance at some football. Because you're probably not going to get much in the Prem. And it wrecked his development for another year. Yeah, I think Sunderland's model is the best when it comes to building. Whether that keeps him up, we'll have to see. I will say, though, one thing Sunderland does extremely well on is sitting back and hitting on the counter. I almost think that's exactly what you have to do in the Prem if you're one of the smaller sides in terms of money. Like, Sunderland spent under 15 mil total. Most Sunderland players are either academy graduates or players bought for under a mil or two. I think Gyökeres is the most obvious flop ever in the Prem. Really? Why would you think that? The speed of the league? Because he bodied everyone in the championship when it came to the strength. The physical aspect. You know he can find the back of the net. W Stream, alright, see you, buddy. Have a good night, man. Deaton, I am not doing good, bud. I am spamming these league specifics, and there's no team of seasons in packs, it feels like. Akinfenwa to Sunderland confirmed? Nah. Sunderland sent Akinfenwa into retirement in the League One playoff final. He needs a lot of space. You don't get that in the Prem. Depends on the team he's on. If he's playing for like a City type of team and a relegation side sitting back, probably not. But if it's a higher line, more open game, I don't think he'd struggle. We got a team season like 500 backs? Jeez. Yeah. I really wish Haaland didn't sign a new contract because I would have loved to see Haaland go somewhere other than City and see how he would have done. Or even when Pep leaves, I'm curious to see. Because Haaland's not bad by any means. It's not me saying like, oh, I think he's horrible. I just think there's an aspect to his game that is now more robotic. Because it's more system football than anything. Yeah, literally. Haaland going to Barcelona once they have money? That'd be insane. Liga retires. He's the best striker in the world, but Pep's holding him back. Got told I'm moving houses a week after prom earlier today. Got told I'm moving houses a week after prom earlier today. Where's the new house? He's just that guy. That's why he was so good for a season. I'm curious to see how he does at Napoli. Him and McTominay, Boston at midfield. I'm going to have to head out for like a minute or two to pick up a cupcake drop-off that my mom's bringing for the party tomorrow. So, whenever I get the text from them, I'm going to quickly run out, and I'll be back. Moving from Leeds to Wakefield, brand new house. It's much bigger and has a bigger garden. I applied to college there earlier today, too. Nice, man. Sounds awesome. Cupcakes, EDP? Oh, development. Chris Wartz. He is leaving Ajax. I know that for sure. I know for sure that he is going back to his old love. To the promoted Sunderland. Promoted to the Premier League last weekend. That is where he grew up, and he is going back to his roots. Fabrizio needs to tweet it for me to believe it. But imagine if, hear me out. I'll go back on what I said, WSM. What if, with promotion money, Job signs a new contract, like you said, he stays for a year. He can leave at the end of the year if he wants, though, for probably even more money now. Hendo comes back. Enzo Lefebvre in front of them. Buy a few defenders. Oh, we got one finally. Oh, we got one again. That is horrific. I think EA hates me, man. Dante! Only me to say what a season. Spurs and Sunderland. Who would have thought? Congratulations to you and Sunderland, buddy. Thank you, man. We miss you, Dante. I was thinking about you when I saw you guys won. Yeah, man. It's been a crazy year. That's all I can say. Fully did not expect it, but I am enjoying the ride. Hi, I'm Jay Hansen. Please take a seat. Why are you here with cupcakes? I'm trying to see when you were online. When I was about, but it didn't match time, so I'm here. How you doing? Sorkin in the Premier League. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, Sunderland owes City $2 million because Patrick Roberts is now a Premier League footballer. So Sunderland has sent money over, or will be sending money over. Someone quote tweeted the Jordan Henderson thing and said, "Good enough for England, so good enough for us." Looking forward to 18th June, I think, when Premier League fixtures are announced. Yeah, I'm excited, man. One of the things I'm most excited about is now every fixture means I am playing, or Sunderland is playing, someone in chat supports as a club. Championship, we weren't big enough where it was like you had enough people watching the championship and had a team there. Prem, it's now enough where it's like you got City fans, you got United fans, you got Spurs fans, Liverpool fans. Buddy I work with is a Liverpool fan. We were just talking about that. Pack Day great team of seasons? Nope. Oh, is this the purple one? So bad it can't even show up in the front. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, premiums are starting to pick up a little bit. We went like 30 without seeing a blue. Now we're starting to get some stuff. Purple is the honorable mention equivalent sort of thing. All right, I got to go pick up the cupcakes. I will be 2 minutes. Be right back. Go get a drink or something. I'll be back in it shortly. Alright, I'm back. I got a mini cupcake. Liza Mayenda. Look at all those dupes. So good. Alright, crafting upgrades. Right back in. If you click on the community button up above, you'll see kind of the rules. You get XP for being in chat and talking and sending super chats and stuff like that. Everyone in the stream's ranked, and it resets every stream. At this point, more of a chance of roster scoring 3 versus United in Gritty and Onana. Wait, I'm confused. Why? We're talking about like Sunderland getting relegated, what they would need to potentially like stay up. Why aren't we talking about the fact that they might just piss the league? Just completely dog walk everyone. Like, when you think of Pep Guardiola, what he did for the sport of football, the football terrorism he plays, do you think he's going to be able to match up well against the French mastermind? Regis Lebris? I don't think so. Is there a grinding method to get you team of season Yamal? Yeah, it's called buying him off the market because you'll never pack him in any sort of grind. Sadly. I've literally opened over 5,000 crafting upgrades throughout the course of team of the season. We're pushing towards 1,000 open so far. Recycling is going to be 2,500 to 5K again. We're going to have close to 1,000 of the Premium League specifics open. And I'm not even touching anything over 500K. I haven't backed anything of value yet. The whole team of season. We've opened thousands of packs. For La Liga team season. Love starting to do well. Last season was boring, having the 3 promoted sides return back down. I mean, that's usually the trend. It's going to get harder and harder, sadly. But, yeah, I hope at least one of them breaks it. I obviously want it to be Sunderland, but we'll see. It's funny, though, how I can never be happy. You get back to the Prem, and then you have a bunch of people saying, like, congrats, so good to have Sunderland back. But then you have so many other people that are like, brother, why are you even celebrating? You're going right back down. It's like, okay. Sorry, if I don't win the league, if Sunderland doesn't win the league, Sunderland doesn't win a trophy, is it a bust season? Wait. Could you be in the Champions League and the Championship? Hypothetically, if you were Tottenham or United and you won Europa League, but you were low enough in points to get relegated, For the next season, could you be in the championship and still be playing European football? That's wild. Mumbo 5 to 6 of the Chelsea cards that will be released will be common golds. Is it worth saving daily gold packs? Nope. I would personally not. You're not going to pack any of them, really. You get enough daily as it is where you can just grind them. If anything, when do they come out in packs? Do you know? Is it like this week? Dude, if you're close enough to relegation, they'll find any reason to deduct points. It's crazy how Everton hasn't been relegated yet. Okay, so yeah, we won't have league-specific prems out yet. If Chelsea would have lost, I would have said make a bunch of league-specific La Liga packs because you'd probably have a good chance of getting one in there. Yeah, honestly, like, they're going to be in anything. Just because they're common doesn't mean they're going to be easy to pack, would be my only advice, I guess. I mean, if it's 24 hours after the game ends and you haven't done your dailies today, it's getting close to bed, you could save them for tomorrow anyways. That's not going to hurt you. Know how much Thunder means to you? So happy for you, bro. Dude, I was emotionally a complete mess on Saturday. For the best and worst reasons. It was great. It was the worst reasons at first because it was you're the underdog. You just conceded. The second goal went in before they overruled it. You're like, yep, this is what was expected. I can't get happy. I'm just starting to think of next year. The goal comes back. The faith comes back. You give yourself that spark of hope. You tell yourself to believe and it might happen. And then I hit a point where after Maenda scored, I'm like, you know what? I feel the momentum's changing. I fully feel like Sunderland can do it. And then when... Brilliant signing, by the way, from Sheffield United. Beating Sunderland to Kiefer Moore. Just for Kiefer Moore to have the assist. Anyways, to the Sunderland player, Tom Watson. Brilliant. When that went in, dude, I went crazy. Screaming all around my best mate's house. And no relegation potentially next season would take away the happiness that I got over the past 2 weeks. Literally, if you look at how Sunderland scored, the times they scored, how they were considered the underdog, the amount of money both Coventry and Sheffield United spent on their squads versus Sunderland, my goodness, man. It was probably the best 2-week period of football you could have as a club. For most clubs. I think most of them are, 95s and 96s for Europa? I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. I know the reality is going to set in. It's going to be difficult than the Prem. I wouldn't expect any other thing, but... right now, the thing I'm most excited for is the caliber of potential signings. Because you're used to going from people where it's like, oh, Prem youngster who wants to go out loan to the championship. Can Sunderland sign him? Oh, some European 500K 17-year-old bursting onto the U21 scene. Can Sunderland scrape him up? To now it's like, oh, you're linked with people who in FIFA have, like, gold cards in the game. That's such a weird thing to think about. Heard Mason Greenwood's a good talent? Imagine. Your owners have money, don't they? They do. And financially, we're in a position to spend. But we have a model. And we're not going to break the model. The model just a little bit being in the Prem. But essentially, we still, for the most part, buy young. For players that have a lot more room to grow. Sell on for huge profits. We've done that with so many players so far in the past few years. But also, too, like, understanding when to spend and when to push for promotion in the championship, versus now it's going to be when to spend to avoid relegation. So I think you're going to see them be really cheeky with the loan system. I think you're going to see some excellent value for money signings. I think you're going to see some youngsters that will buy and develop. I think one right off the rip, if we can beat people to them, we've been linked for 2 years now. Kwame Poku from Peterborough. If Sunderland can get him on a free, because he's leaving Peterborough at the end of his contract, and beat the 25 other clubs to him, he instantly becomes a better player than Amdalaba. And we can loan him out to get more experience for if we do then get relegated, to have him ready to go. Wonder if you'll try to loan or buy any of our young players as you've bought from us. I think you're going to see Sunderland mainly in the League One and French markets when it comes to signings. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Prem signings. Maybe Prem loans, potentially. I think you're going to see some loans with obligation to buy if they stay up. You're going to see some contracts in where they can leave if they go down for players already at Sunderland. I think the thing you're going to see us avoid, like the plague, is buying players from the Prem, because the Prem price is just going to be stupid money for anyone of decent value in such an inflated market. Especially striker. We're looking at a Ukrainian super soldier, a Serbian sniper, and there's another person. Can't remember where he's from. What position are you going for? We need a... Realistically, Sunderland needs, if they don't get Mempham, who we just had on loan from Bournemouth, if we don't get him on a full contract after his loan ends, if we don't sign him, we're going to need at least another one or two center backs who can also fill it at right back or left back. If Job goes, we're going to need a one or two center mid replacements who can be more of a box to box. We just got Enzo Lefebvre, who will be our cam, so he'll be solid there. We have Wilson Isidore and Mayenda, who will both, I feel like, be more equipped to the Prem when it comes to higher lines than the Championship, the way people play. So I think Wilson Isidore is going to do a lot better as a striker in the Prem than he did in the Championship. I think Mayenda is going to continue to grow as a player. That's going to be really exciting. But I still think they need to buy someone like maybe a Danny Welbeck, not only for the memories, but like Prem experience, older but still can put in a shift. Shannon, welcome back, buddy. Do I remember you? Yes, sir, man. I don't think Sunderland's going to loan any... I don't think it's going to be the case Sunderland gets any Prem loans for academy players, when Sunderland already has an insane academy. Real Swampy Ross Stewart for Hoyland. Great deal. Sunderland doesn't have Ross Stewart. Sunderland sold Ross Stewart to Southampton. Mumbo can finally camp on Fabrizio's page for transfer news. Dude, the funny thing is he's been radio silent on Job recently. Remember Samuel copying and Matthew copying? El Dante is loyal. I'm just excited to see the random people that we're going to be linked with, and then someone out of nowhere that we signed that I was never expecting or thought we'd have maybe the power to pull. Like, for example, Ooh, wait. How much does Sunderland have to pay? Guys, Sunderland might not be able to spend any money. Elijah Maenda, who we bought for $800K, he had a clause in his contract where if we got promoted to the Premier League, we had to spend another $500K. So... Oh, another blue! Rolfo is a gold, right? Don't do this to me. Yeah, he most likely will make a move to the Bundesliga. Yeah, it seemed like Frankfurt had the upper hand, but now it sounds like Dortmund has the upper hand. So I'm hoping it's a bidding war. Both are Champions League football. Both he'd be a starter in. So it's really going to come down to what team suits his system more. I think the way Frankfurt plays would be more of a natural fit. But also, like, thinking of players that might have a chance, like, for Sunderland to sign, think of someone like the likes of Gio Reyna, right? Went to Dortmund to rebuild his career. Didn't really get game time. Didn't really kind of live up to his potential. Get someone like him on loan for a season with the potential to buy. Low risk, high reward. Didn't like my jokes? I didn't get your jokes, to be honest. You got me banned. Probably got yourself banned, but alright. From your FIFA 23 streams. Racist ones didn't land clearly. Oh, they probably landed. That's probably why you got banned. Interesting. Lovro does not remember me, but it's okay. I guess I don't remember you. I thought you might have been someone else. All right, 150 more to go. We're never seeing the end of these, boys. Oh! Pahor? Is she a team season? Let's go! New one, boys. It was FC24 in like October. Back to back. How's your running going? Double. I'm not doing as much running. I'm doing I'm back to playing football on Mondays, so That's where most of my long distance running comes from. I just get bored of running. I'd rather kick a football around in my apartment and then play in my league on Mondays. I do a lot of treadmill walking though. Bro, where'd your hair go? Slowly but surely completely away. Play Rocket League? No, thank you. So you getting the Carlos goal still? I almost scored a Roberto Carlos goal in the third match week. It was like really windy, and I hit a long shot from outside of the box with my left foot. Trivelled it. Close. But no cigar. Hit the outside of the post. My hair is shorter than yours for now. I had it shaved right back last week. I just got mine cut yesterday. Okay, now these are heating up. Another blue. Oh. Goodbye, Mumbo. See you next year. All right, see you, buddy. Remember the name? What happens if I ban this account so you have to come in on a new name? Should we do that? Borisa. Back at the gym and running. Did 23.5 kilometer on Monday with some walking. Nice. How many steps does that equate to on average, would you say? I'll say remember the name on a new account. I wish YouTube had chat history for accounts. That'd be sick. About 30,000, geez. I used to get 20K a day, and that was insane amount. You're killing it, dude. Now I struggle to get like 15. I normally get 10. Trying to get lean? Yes, sir. Are you tracking your body fat percentage or no? You're just kind of going off of how you feel like you look in the mirror for getting more lean. Bro, must be nice. My best team of season has been Griezmann. Dude, this team of season's a joke. I'm not looking forward to Ultimate Team of Season either. I know some people are excited for it. I feel like pack weight's going to go to nothing, and all the cards are going to be like under 100K. And they're going to throw in some random bad ones and be like, oh, this one deserves an Ultimate Team of Season. Usually like a keeper or something. Just going off how I am. I think I'm 22 to 24. Naz was overweight, but working on it. Nice, man. I was at 20 something last year. Now I'm down to 14 and a half-ish. I really want to push to 10. But there's like a grind / life balance that I feel like getting to under 15 was doable, but to really get to 10, you really got to track everything and push everything. But if I could do that this summer, that'd be the sickest thing ever. Mumbo, when I return, I need you to have over 100 viewers. We'll see, buddy. Yeah, because I already do a high protein diet. Already do a lot of cardio. Work out most days of the week with strength exercises. Realistically, the only thing that I'd have to cut out and alter a little bit is just grind more steps daily than I already do. And get those like during the workday, like I get my walking pad back out. Things like that. Get up more throughout the day, walk around. But then also too, and the thing I hate the most is like throughout the week I'll have like hanging out with friends, hanging out with family. You go to parties or gatherings where there's food that probably isn't the best for you to eat, but like when I don't actively have a goal, it's so much easier to quote unquote not be disciplined and just eat without thinking about it during those times. Yeah, that's the thing. It's easy if you stay disciplined, but like no one tells you what to do once you meet your goal. Everyone tells you how to get to a goal. But like, it's so weird. I don't know how you are as a person. I feel like I always have to work towards something. Otherwise, I'm falling behind. Or I feel like I'm going crazy. And literally the second I ever hit a weight goal, the second I hit a body fat percentage goal, and then I up my calories to more of a maintenance, it's never let me up at the maintenance. It's let me continue my deficit. And then just add in more days or meals where I go crazier. Because that's more of my balance. I feel like I actively have to be in a caloric deficit. Because I'm so used to wanting to lose weight. And then also too, when I'm so used to wanting to lose weight, when I'm not losing weight, even if I'm not trying to lose weight, I feel like I'm failing in some way. All those are mainly mental things, but I agree with you. I need a goal, or I drift and never achieve. Yeah. But it's crazy because, like, the other thing too, like mentally, once you hit a goal, something that maybe you never thought you could achieve, and then you achieved it, that thing that was always out of reach and you thought you'd be happy once you get it, now not only doesn't make you happy, you see that as like the bare minimum. You're like, oh gosh. What are we entering into now? Breakfast, 6 large scrambled eggs with turmeric, black pepper, and garlic, spinach, tin, and baked beans. Lunch, mackerel on sourdough, toast, and a banana. Dinner, chicken, veg, and rice. Nice. And dessert, Greek yogurt, honey, and berries. Nice. My day is usually... Recently, it's been fasting for a bit in the morning. Coffee. Bowl 1 of Greek yogurt with a fiber 1 brownie. some sort of meat, either chicken. I have a bunch of like pulled pork right now, so I've been having that. Then pre-workout meal is usually some rice cakes with honey. Then my post-workout will be another big bowl of Greek yogurt with another fiber one. I try to get fiber in all my meals. I'll also have a high fiber bread. I'll just make sandwiches with it and spam those. Or if it's more of a breakfast thing, I'll have eggs and then have them as toast. Dude, Greek yogurt is so brilliant. You can use it for so many things. Yeah, I literally treat it like it's ice cream. I'll usually mix in, if I want to give it flavor outside of like the vanilla ones or the plains, or I'll mix in chocolate zero sugar pudding mix to like thicken it up. Oof. Then you throw in a fiber one brownie for like 70 calories. Oof. Frozen berries too? Yeah. My go-to's been bananas recently. Apples last week was nice. I think I'm going to get back on frozen blueberries this summer though. Oh dude, it's so nice with chocolate pudding mix. Keep healthy and I have a bowl of ice cream next to my salad. The salad cancels out my ice cream. Honestly, it does. Trying to get antioxidants, yeah. Yeah, no, I've mainly, obviously I try to hit my protein goal, which is like roughly 180 to 200 grams of protein a day. But I've been trying to max, we're grinding out our fiber levels. The more fiber I can get daily, the better. Because I just eat so much food. Gotta keep things moving. Unlimited fiber method? Literally. Grind the menus and then be in the bathroom grinding the fiber. Gonna head off. I'm gonna catch up with you. All well done, Sunderland. Good to hear you're living a good life. We'll catch up with you soon. Yep, you too, buddy. Have a good night. I'm gonna head out too. I gotta get ready for my workout. But that's the beauty of a goal. Once you think you've climbed the highest mountain in the distance, there's a higher mountain to climb. Yeah, no, I personally love that. If anything, I was just kind of showing how it's like, I feel like me at least, but humans in general, always need to be working towards something, like have a purpose in life. And just a life that lacks purpose is a very difficult life. But yeah, 100% agree. Alright, take it easy, guys. God bless. We will see you not Thursday, but we'll see you on Friday.